Reps in reserve, or RIR, is a scale used to indicate your proximity to failure. In other words, at the end of a set, how many more reps could you have done to get to true muscular failure? Let's say you can complete 20 reps of bicep curls with a given weight, and you fail on rep 21. If you stopped your set on rep 17, that would mean you have 3 reps in reserve. If you stop your set on rep 18, that would mean you have 2 reps in reserve. 19, 1 rep in reserve, and the 20th would mean 0 reps in reserve, and then you hit failure on rep 21. Here's an example of me taking a set of bicep curls to true muscular failure. As you can see here, this is a 3 RIR, meaning I should have 3 more reps left before reaching failure. Here's a 2 RIR. You can see the speed is slowing down. This is 1 more rep in reserve, so my next rep should be my final rep, and this here would be a 0 RIR. So after this rep, I cannot complete another rep with the same form. And as you can see, I hit failure at the sticking point right there. Another scale used to gauge intensity is the RPE scale, or rating of perceived exertion. The RPE scale and the RIR scale are inversely correlated. So the RPE scale goes from 0 to 10, 10 being the most difficult, 0 being the easiest. So a rating of 10 on the RPE scale is equivalent to having 0 reps in reserve, or basically being at failure. A rating of 9 on the RPE scale is equivalent to 1 rep in reserve, 8 is equivalent to 2 reps in reserve, and an RPE of 7 is equivalent to 3 reps in reserve, so on and so forth. Here's an example of me taking a set of push-ups to true failure. As you can see, towards the beginning of my set, I'm moving with a pretty good velocity, my rep speed is very consistent, and all of the reps look pretty much identical. But towards the end of my set, when I begin to approach failure, you'll notice that my repetition speed slows down quite drastically. So this is 2 reps in reserve, or an RPE of 8. This is 1 rep in reserve, or an RPE 9. And this right here is 0 reps in reserve, or RPE 10, which means my next rep will be the rep that I hit failure on. And as you can see, I fail right at the sticking point, and no matter how hard I try, I just cannot complete another rep.